I'm Wayward, and this is Grey Goo. The map is Shattered Veil. Our players are Mixu as our blue beta in the bottom left corner, and Mermixer as the blue Shroud in the top right corner. This is, of course, the... Way to go, Wayward. This is, of course, the quick script version of the map. Sorry, I've been sick lately, and this is the first time I've been trying to cast in the past couple of days. I don't know if my voice sounds any different or not, but yeah, I'm trying to get back things back up and running, and I may not be quite at 100% yet. Interestingly, we're Mermixer not doing a lot right now. Let's take a look. I think he's just doing extractors, possibly saving up for a third one. Where is that? Mimic coming out, not seeing any obvious aggression. 2 refinery, 1 factory. That's pretty standard for an economic build for the beta, so probably not anything too crazy. That commando out and about, doing a little bit of light harass, seeing that Mermixer doesn't really have anything up yet in terms of production. Trying to scout out potential places to harass. Actually, I guess the other... We have a third extractor somewhere. Ah, up there. I guess the one extractor is scouting for the other one. 4th to be coming out probably sooner or later, but we have 4 advents coming right now. Over here, Mixu is also ramping up his production and economy. We've got 2 factories, so he's sticking with tier 1, a 3rd factory as well. So Mixu kind of doing a balanced build. He's not going super crazy with the economy, not going super crazy with the units, not rushing to tier 2 or anything, just kind of, you know, playing it safe, playing it cool. This is what I've come to expect from the Shroud. Actually getting an early amplifier. I don't see this a lot, I don't think. So that's kind of interesting. That signals that he's ready to get on with the fighting to me. Going to be able to produce 2 guys at once out of each advent instead of just the one. Obviously those crystal pods are where the units are summoned. So we'll have to see when another extractor is mixed in. The Shroud can go really bonkers in the late game with the way their economy works, and sometimes you see just crap tons of extractors coming out. But yeah, 3 is not a lot to work off of, although right now both players are on 3. We have Mixu moving out with a little force of stalkers, signaling he may be also ready to try to get in some aggression and harassment. More factories. What do we got now? 5 factories off of 3 refineries. That sounds about right to me. Both players actually doing about the same in terms of all that. Hangar. You cheeky boy. Mixu going for air units with warbirds, it looks like. Trying to get some harass in with those. That's pretty fancy. And yeah, without knowing this could be really bad for Mermixer. Shroud don't have a lot of early anti-air. I actually don't think any faction in this game really has early anti-air. That's something you kind of have to scout and be aware of, and it doesn't look like our Shroud player is interested in the scouting right now. Let's take a look at tech. Channeled build-up. I'm pretty much seeing that all the time now. It's a really useful upgrade. Shroud love getting those extra AoE out of their howlers. Okay, so Mixu definitely doing a better job in terms of keeping tabs on his opponent, for sure. Both players about the same number of units, but those warbirds, man, once there's enough of them, could be really, really bad for our Shroud player. And nothing really coming out that's indicating he's ready in any way for the upcoming air. In fact, he's walling himself in with these aversion fields. Is potentially a little bit ahead in economy. It looks like Mermixer's doing slightly better there. And definitely ahead in terms of... Okay, so we must have seen something with sirens coming out. Pretty sure the siren is an anti-air unit specifically. It's entirely possible that I missed some scouting. Mixu claiming the middle. Got some good scouting along the edge of the map here. Alright, there we go. The aversion field just pulsing away. These things get really annoying when there's a lot of them. Yeah, so right now it's just a bit of waiting while we get some units built up. Warbirds finally moving out. I will be, of course, following them. Plus, we have a little skirmish here to try to distract from the warbird attack. I am almost 100% certain this siren is anti-air. I don't know if these are reactive or proactive. He just said, you know, screw it. I'm going to make sure I have anti-air just in case because I know Mixu's playstyle or something. Come on, warbirds, don't fail me now. Just double check tech. So far, still just channel buildup. Structures tab, not telling me anything too interesting right now. Actually, following up with these warbirds with a bit of harass. Warbirds finish their first volley and repair being put on the extractor. This is going to get cleaned up before too long. The extractor doesn't even really need to move. Mermixer keeping ahead in terms of economy still, which is good for him. And yeah, those warbirds, there weren't enough of them to do the job they needed to do. I think a second air pad might have been a good idea, or rather second hangar might have been a good idea. Out they go again, but I think at this point the anti-air is going to be ready, question mark. We do have, what is this, 5 Zeniths coming out right now? Good lord. Mermixer says, you know what, screw you. You attack me with air, I will attack you with air. That is nutso, man. Mixu coming out with some additional units. Actually, Mermixer has a really big army right now. Where did those anti-air guys go? Are they still down here? The sirens. Just kind of chilling over here. More harassment of the extractor, but I think it's going to be fine. Let's take a look at the units tab real quick. Warbird numbers not increasing. We have a ton of mocks and shrieks and chimes coming out for Mermixer. I don't know. I feel like I don't understand what Mixu's trying to do right now. Like, he's not really expanding. He's not really harassing. He's... Okay, so he's kind of transitioning into hailstorms right now. But Mermixer is just about maxed out in terms of population. He is up in terms of income. Not anymore, he was, but until very recently he was up in terms of income. So, Warbirds, they cleaned up a scout just now. We do have additional harvesting coming in for our beta player, rather. Actually, I think one of those extractors went down, potentially. So the harassment kind of paid off. Mocks take out the warbirds, and we'll have to see if any more end up coming out. Oh no, we got the Stalker. Chime gains a pulsing aura. All enemy air units take damage from the pulse while allied air units are healed. Nice. And Stealth Sniper. Actually, we... That's a nasty one. But yeah, we have Shrieks, we have Chimes. Actually, the Chimes anti-air damage, not really going to be helpful that much right now, but the healing might be nice. But yeah, this is going to be an all-out assault by Mermixer and Mixu coming in with a harass at the same time. I think both players know what the other is doing right now. But yeah, this is a pretty formidable force, and we'll have to see if Mixu can hold it off and also get some harass done on the back end. There is an army here, but Mermixer is definitely distracted. That extractor is definitely going to go down, but we'll have to see what happens up here. Mixu pulling back, trying to get that AoE, doing some good splits. Really nasty hit right there to Mermixer's army. Sorry, Mermixer got a bit of a hit. Shrieks. There we go. I was going to say they were a little unfocused, but... So all he's really killing right now is hubs, and while that is useful, it's not the be-all, end-all. There's only one Shriek left at the moment. We've got more on the way. It looks like 2 over here. And the Chimes are helping keep them alive a little longer. But yeah, the rest of the army got cleaned up pretty handily. So I think Mixu did okay in that exchange. Back up to 6 extractors, but Mixu's actually ahead now. Hasn't really showed up in the resources yet, but it will. One Shriek goes down, the other one about to, I think. The Cloudburst's kind of putting the kibosh on this air force. Would not surprise me if somebody researched some sort of extra air tech beyond the Discerning Pulse. Nothing yet, though. What are these? A bunch of mocks? We've got some tremendous anti-army damage right here. Mixu splitting to minimize the effects of that, and dancing these Cloudbursts to chase off the mocks. Well done. Those Cloudbursts, I think, are going to be able to come up here and clean up the mocks. Yeah. Mermixer lost a bit of focus there. Army was really in favor of Mermixer for a while, but now it's pretty much evened up. Mixu's expanding is going out of control. He pretty much owns his entire half of the map, where Mermixer is kind of more wedged into a corner at this point. And here comes a counter push, and I'm not really sure what Mermixer has to deal with this. He's kind of in between army waves right now. And yeah, Mixu's force is pretty scary. He's got a good composition, nothing obviously weak about it. And it's just going to come down to who fights better at this point. Siren with 10 HP, doing some scouting. But yeah, Mixu kind of ahead. We do have a sneaky little Shriek force coming along the bottom of the map. I want to see what they... Let's see if they get to kill some refineries. Well played. Keep going, kill all this. Oh, he's trying to do actual infrastructure damage. Overplayed his hand a little bit, but going for the expensive refineries, nothing easily replaceable. Cloudbursts. they can move and shoot and do so backwards, so definitely not ideal for these Shrieks, but pretty good for Mixu. Speaking of Mixu, my man is coming down here. Loses part of his army to Mox. Not as much, probably, as Mermixer would have hoped. Mermixer does have a decent force back here, but he's not really arranged them very well. Shelling of the high ground just in case, because it makes sense that he would have. We have Klaxon starting to come out. I wonder if he's going to get networked armor. That's a useful one with Klaxons. Oh no, a ton of Howlers just got killed by those hailstorms, and this force is definitely going to get cleaned up by these sniper stalkers. That sniper rifle is nuts. Oh, interesting. Oh man, those snipers. Those sniper stalkers are nuts. Yeah, so we still have a Shriek in the base. Let's see. Mixu still seems to be keeping ahead of the damage, though. And I feel like Mixu could potentially just end this right now. Howler's doing a pretty good job, but I don't really see Mermixer with anything that's saving his bacon right now. The Shriek is hilarious, though. Mixu going nuts in the middle of the map with economy while at the same time harassing. Actually, Mermixer lost a bunch of just pretty much all of his extractors. He's down, what, 3? So I guess that's not all, but that's almost half, which is pretty rough. It's funny, looking at the mini-map, I feel like Mixu is way ahead, but if you look at the population count, Mermixer's basically maxed out. I think a lot of that army's still in production, but that Shriek's still going, still picking off infrastructure, although I think at this point Mixu's just rebuilding in the middle of the map. I got all the infrastructure I need out here. Repair pad, you don't actually see that super often. Kind of neat that he went and built a couple of those, actually. Shriek finally gets taken out. But yeah, this is a tough... Oh. Hold up. We have the Dirge coming out. I guess it's being produced up here. I don't know. We'll see in a second. I see the star. It must be coming out of this advent. Or does it come out of the entity? I don't know. It's the advent, I'm sure. Anyway, stop talking to yourself, Wayward. Yeah, this is a pretty tough position for Mermixer because he really can't get outside of his base right now. There's one extractor down here, but I imagine it's not long for the world. Reversed perception. Perception spikes grant stealth to nearby units but are no longer affected by amplifiers. That's pretty cool. Also, protected investment. Extractors gain an aura that gains increased armor and heal over time to units around it. The effect counts as a stack of networked armor. Meanwhile, while I'm reading, and Soothing Pulse. So, Mermixer getting ready to play defensively with his upgrades, it looks like. pretty good job right now. Switching out of air, it looks like more or less. Oh man, that was brutal. The Howlers do a lot of damage, but they're... Come on, get them. Yeah, Howlers do a lot of damage, but they're pretty much... made of paper. Dirge coming out, starting to feed on resources. Gets to be a big boy. Mixu with 13 refineries to 6 extractors. It weirdly has not yet shown up on the resources count, but I imagine it will. Platform stability, of course, for hailstorms to be able to move and fire. That's a nasty one. This looks like this might end up being a Hand of Rook or something. Wait, yeah, large hub with everything, with factories and all the attachments. I think that might be a Hand of Rook in the making. We'll have to see how that works out. We could have another epic fight here. Resourcing 53%. I think at this point the Dirge is the only thing that can really save Mermixer. Well, it says he's got a ton of units, but... Oh my gosh, the perception spikes with the stealth. That's nuts. And then there's network armor there for the around the extractors. Chime going out, getting some valuable scouting in. Those cloudbursts don't stand a chance. Mixu just kind of biding his time right now. Looks like. Not sure what he's waiting for. The match is kind of really slowed down, right? It's kind of hit a big lull at the moment. And I was right. There's the Hand of Rook coming in. So we do get to see an epic fight. We have the Dirge coming out to start resourcing over here, and it was spotted. I guess even phase 1 is fairly formidable. It's a pretty nasty attack, actually. It's harvesting pretty fast now, looks like. Hand of Rook is still got 3 minutes left. I wonder if Mermixer saw the impending Hand of Rook, and that's why he's attacking down here. Oh, that's going to be so brutal, attacking it. Hailstorms. Platform stability is researched. Incendiary catalyst bomb. Interesting. Auto repair upgrade. Hangar now repairs stock aircraft. Avalanches gain the ability to move and fire. I would love to see Mixu make avalanches. Hand of Rook being attacked, but I don't think that our Shroud player has enough stuff up here. Dirge coming out trying to make something of itself, but it's being scouted by these Stratuses and hunted by the Hailstorm. So we'll have to see how that works. I think if this thing starts attacking the Hand of Rook is doomed. We'll have to see though. I'm a little worried about the Dirge, though. There's other stuff around here. That is an impressive attack. Mox coming in to try to lend a hand. Cloudburst saying no to that. I will admit, this has been a pretty fun match, whoever ends up taking it. That Hand of Rook is getting pretty close to being completed. Where is Mixu's army? What is he doing right now? Mixu has both players actually have a crap ton of resources. There you go, there's some... I actually think the Hand of Rook will beat a rank 2 Dirge. I don't think it needs to be fully evolved. And Hand of Rook is getting pretty close to being done. Mox coming out, but he's not really attacking. Oh, here we go. We got some Klaxons coming in. Oh, we have avalanches coming out. Now, these things actually probably could eat that Dirge if there's enough of them. Oh, man. I could watch the Klaxon rush things all day. Mermixer are really coming back with a great mix of units here to make this work. The Hand of Rook finishing in 2 seconds. I think it's got a minimum range with its artillery cannon, though. It's pretty low on health at this point, but I forgot that it's a factory. Producing, what, a ton of predators. I think there's a chance that this Hand of Rook makes it. Dirge being forced to pull back and now vulnerable to getting hit by that massive artillery cannon by the Hand of Rook. Mixu getting air units out again. Nice. Oh, the Dirge. Dirge really needs to get out of there. Actually getting really close to stage 3. This is a very calculated play by Mermixer. Oh, it's very close. And these Shrieks might be able to take out the Hand of Rook. And the Dirge is back inside the Hand of Rook's minimum range. Hand of Rook has very few hit points left. Shrieks are going to take it out. Oh no, and the Dirge is fully evolved. Oh man. That just went perfectly just about for Mermixer. Look at that thing now, it's huge. It actually summons black holes. That's delicious. Mermixer's going to be able to wreck the entire base with this thing. Oh my god, that's powerful. All the economy is just crumbling immediately. The Dirge might go down, but I don't know if it matters much at this point. And it looks like Mixu somehow lost all of his anti-air. Oh my gosh, is it auto-heal? Just evaporated that army with a black hole. Jeez Louise, that thing's nasty. Wow, you know, if I would have called this like 3 or 4 minutes ago, I would have been 100% sure that Mixu was going to win this, but kind of at the last second, the Dirge, when it evolved with that black hole, is just insane. And then the switch back to air definitely didn't hurt. Mixu does have something going on over here. He's trying to stand up a new Hand of Rook. but wait, what happened? Did you cancel it? Maybe he lost an accent. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. So Mixu GG's out. Mermixer wins. This is one of the best matches I've ever seen. I am so glad I was asked to cast this. This is phenomenal. I don't think I've ever actually seen the perception spike used before, let alone upgraded like this. So it's actually kind of eye-opening for me. I literally, that's a new one on me. Increases section range, adds dot, increases section range and damage. Yeah, wow. Wow, is all I got to say. Anyway, this has been Wayward, and this has been possibly my favorite match of Grey Goo that I've ever seen. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.